So, before we even start about the simple method, let me tell you that the thumbnail is a little bit of clickbait. Sorry for that, but I couldn't think of anything else. The whole principle of the simple method, it's all about the learning phase, okay? So what do we know from the learning phase? And I have covered this in another video that I'm talking about the consolidation. So the whole idea comes from Facebook. They say that in order for you to have efficient ads, you need to pass the learning phase. What is the learning phase? Each one of your ad sets goes to the learning phase and it needs to have 50 events, conversion events when you are running conversion ads. For example, if you are running ads for add to cart, it needs 50 events. If you are running ads for the purchase, by the way, run only purchase ads, it needs 50 events. So it needs that in the period that you're optimizing for. What period are you optimizing for? Just below on your ad set level, you have the attribution setting, which we suggest as a channel to run 7 days click, 1 day view. Why? Because the more data, the better optimization you will have. Now, in that specific situation, you need to have 50 events in the 7 days period in order for your ad to get past the learning phase. 2 notes on that. I have seen ads getting out of the learning phase. How do I know that? Because it says learning and after that it says active. Or it can say, I guess, with yellow letters, limited learning. So I have seen ads getting past the learning phase faster. Second thing, I have seen ads getting out of the learning phase and behaving exactly the same way like ads that they have never been out of the learning phase. Even when you run ad accounts like myself with big budgets, they're not, of course, if you run them with the way that I run them with several ad sets within big CBO campaigns, you rarely see ad sets get past of the learning phase if we believe that 50 is the number and not another number that is being less or more given the specific situation that each campaign has based on targeting or whatever. First of all, you should do that only in accounts that they have trained pixels and they are very good accounts. If your account is new, don't do the simple method. Do anything else from my other methods. I don't tell you to use the simple method because the simple method is a very good way of scaling an account if you have a very good pixel and your ad account is actually good. How does it work? We want the 50 events. So what we do is that we go to the ad account, and I'm going to use some graphics here with numbers so that you can understand. We find out what is our average cost per purchase or a cost per purchase that we are actually achieving. So if we have a cost per purchase of $20, an average cost per purchase of $20 among our ad sets, and it's something that we are achieving on the account, we multiply 20 with the 50 events that we want in the 7 days, which means that we have 1,000, and then we divide that with 7, which is actually the 7 days that we want to run our ads with. The number that we're going to get out of this is 142, okay? And that means that this has to be our daily budget. What I like to do is I like to put a little bit more. So I would do this with 160 or 170 as my daily budget. Of course, this campaign is extremely risky because we have talked here about the randomness of the initial results or whatever. You don't have any other options. You have to complete it at the end of the 7 days in order to see if it's working or not. In my opinion, it's a risky thing. This is why I like to do it in good accounts. It involves big budgets comparing to other more efficient ways. For example, you could do 3 campaigns of CBO, 3 CBO campaigns of $50 each instead of spending all in one ad set, okay? So it's much more riskier. I call it the simple method because it's just one ad set and you try to go outside of the learning phase. And in my opinion, you should use this when you're having one ad set that has worked in another CBO campaign that you had. So if you see great potential to something that has good potential reach and it has worked very well so far, try with the simple method, but as long as your pixel is good and you're having a good ad account. Why? Because your pixel is going to help you to get these sales so that it can find more and more and more and you can get out of the learning phase. If your pixel is not strong enough, it's not going to help you find those initial sales, which are going to help you optimize this ad set. Other than that, I can tell you that the simple method, it's something that when you do in an account, you just forget it, okay? If it works, you can keep it there for a very long period because it's going to keep working. I have seen from the simple method ad sets that they go out of the learning phase and they are there for months, okay? But Let me tell you that if your ad account is not strong enough, in order for you to find one of them working, maybe it's going to mean that you're going to lose a lot of money in the process of creating this kind of campaigns with big daily budgets in order to get out of it. I just had the idea to put a little bit more content about the simple method, and I have some accounts here to show you, as always. You know that in this channel we are fixated with some ideas, like for example, we don't like automatic placements. You know that we don't like consolidation, okay? And one of the reasons that I'm not a very big fan of the simple method is because of the consolidation of the ads. But sometimes it's working. And for me, it's a golden opportunity right now with some accounts because out of luck, just because this is my nature of even if I hate something, I test it. This is what Facebook taught me. Even if you hate something, test it. Maybe it's working. Who knows? So I have done it. And I will show you, for example, in this account, we are having my different methods working and stuff. And then we just do the simple method over here. And it has the worst ROAS from the others. And I know that for a lot of people it's tempting to spend a lot of money in just one ad set, but at the end of the day, if it's working with 5 campaigns, let it work with 5 campaigns. I'm starting realizing that a lot of times people are lazy. They don't want to put the extra effort of doing several campaigns, and they just want to have one ad set with $500 spending and that's it. Well guys, if it was that easy, I would be a farmer, I guess, somewhere, and I wouldn't be even doing that. But I want to explain to you that the days that Facebook ads were that simple, they're just gone, okay, and they're not coming back. The platform is becoming more and more sophisticated, and you're not going to find this kind of solutions. Now, if you are lazy from your nature, sorry, but e-commerce and Facebook ads is not for you, because apparently if you want to have results, you need to segment your budget among different campaigns. And I know how tempting it is to have one ad set and from 500 to take it to 1000, but all of the people like me were not crazy that we are doing several ad sets in order to be able to achieve that. So in this specific situation, we can see that it's not working comparing to what ROAS we have with the other campaigns. And of course, these on the bottom are optimized campaigns, and we go to the others that we are optimizing now along the way. And some of those are retargeting, of course. But I want to point out that here, for example, it's not working. On the other hand, if we go to this over here, we can see that we have one simple method campaign, which is just one ad set over here, and it's working better than the others. So what happened here? I did my crazy method, I did CBO campaigns with several ad sets and stuff. Obviously, there is no optimization over here, okay? If you are blessed to have an account that you are just putting one ad set with a big budget and it's working, well done, good for you. You're going to scale very well. But at the end of the day, why have I tested it? I have tested it because you know that I have my opinion about the different ad accounts and the behaviors that they have. If an ad account is trained in such a way, it's worth for you to test it. So if you're a freelancer or someone who is buying a business and you're just entering in another account, and you can see that a lot of times they were just doing one ad set with a big budget just because a Facebook rep told them, or someone else was doing it like this because he or she was lazy. Try and see if it's going to work or not. Apparently here, in order for me to train again the account in a normal situation, it's going to take me some time. And even if I don't train it, if simple method is working here, fine. I will do only simple method and I will scale the account like this. It's less work for me at the end of the day. So don't put your ego and even a person like me with so much experience all these years, I don't hate it. I hate some things, but I still test them, okay? Even from time to time, I'm testing automatic placements to see if it's going to be a thing that is going to work better. I'm testing everything. So here we can see that the simple method is working. Be sure to check my free course and my book. If you like this channel, subscribe. I have other videos that they have better information of things that are working. And don't forget that until we meet again, be creative and be consistent.